Hi friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. Happy Memorial Day. Today is the day that we honor everyone that has given up their lives for the sake of our freedom. So I just want to start off this video saying thank you to all veterans and thank you to all of the families that lost somebody that make today worth celebrating. Today we are going to spend a fun Memorial Day together. So it's about noon. My mom and I got up super early this morning. We went and we picked strawberries. I'll put a picture in here of our adventures. So we have a ton of strawberries we picked, and I'm hoping to get them all sliced up and cored today. We're not going to get to process them today because today is going to be a big garden day. I intended yesterday to do a ton of garden work, and I didn't. Instead, I built a little pond. I'm going to take you over. I'm going to show you. It's like a bird bath area. At this point, I hate it. I hate it. I'm hoping to change it up, and I'll tell you when we get over there. I'll tell you what I want to try to change up to make me like it. But so because I spent all day yesterday doing that, I didn't do any of my chores yesterday. So today we have a huge list of things we want to do. First and foremost, we want to plant our sweet potatoes. Now, sweet potatoes need to get in the ground. Now, I will say my temperatures are not conducive to sweet potatoes. So it's the end of May. It's Memorial Day. So it's the end of May. And our temperatures at night are falling below 50 degrees. They're actually going to 48 degrees. It's the lowest we've had so far. Let's close that door so I don't have as much of a glare. But so sweet potatoes and peppers shouldn't get below 50 degrees. You can stunt them. And so we got low early this week, about I think it was Monday, and I covered everything. And then I quickly forgot to cover at night. So at this point, all of my plants have received that 48 degrees. They've been affected by it. Well, at least not affected, but they've felt the 48 degrees. So I don't have those sweet potatoes in the ground because temperatures aren't conducive for it. But at this point, I'm not even bringing them inside anymore. So I'm just like, either bring them inside like a responsible adult or just put them in the ground. So we're going to put them in the ground because no one has ever called me responsible. So we're going to do that today. We also have a huge broccoli harvest. I think we're going to do. This is the earliest I've ever had broccoli. I would just like to go on record. I've even went back and I've checked my records, and typically I don't harvest broccoli for another 2 to 3 weeks. And I have my broccoli heads ready to go. So we are going to pick everything that is looking ready to go, nice and big. We're going to get them picked, and those I do want to process today. So what I'm thinking is, because it's absolutely gorgeous outside, it's about 72 degrees. I think we're going to set up our outdoor kitchen and we're going to start doing some processing out there. So process the broccoli for the freezer and then get all these strawberries washed and cut. And we're going to process them later this week. I know I want to make a pie with them. I need to figure out what else I want to do with them, but that's going to be a next video project. We also want to harvest some dill. And I forget what else I want to do. I gotta net my blueberries. My blueberries are covered in blueberries, and we need to get a net on them before I lose them to the birds. So here's hoping I get all of this stuff done without forgetting about it. Nothing should take very long. Let's go ahead and get started. So come spend the day in the garden with me. Okay, so this is the new area that I built, and I hate it. So I had the leftover, I had like a pond base, and I had leftover pond material. So I tried to make a little bit of like a bird bath area, and that's why there's rocks in it. So I'm hoping birds will come land in it, flop around, wash themselves, and then fly away, because I do love watching the birds. So I might need to put a little bit of a bird feeder in there to help them realize it. But I really hate the gravel. I thought I would like the gravel. I hate the gravel. So I need to get some black mulch. I think I like the idea of the black mulch kind of going around it. So we'll see. That's what I did yesterday. Instead of planting the things that I should be planting. It is a sunny day. Okay, we're gonna start by getting our sweet potatoes in the ground. You can start your own sweet potatoes. I've done that in the past and I've had success. But I started buying my sweet potatoes like as rooted plants from my local nursery, and I get much better success that way. I think because they're already rooted, they work really well for me. So I have 4 times 4, 16 plants. I'm going to get those in the ground first, and then we're going to come and harvest the broccoli. Here's hoping I can get that plastic to dry off and not blow away. So I'm putting my sweet potatoes here this year because I kind of ran out of space to put them. So I'm just like, where can I tuck them? And this is where they're going to get tucked. And I'm hoping this is like a genius idea. There's some worms already. That's always a good sign. I'm hoping this is a really good idea. I should move them away from the bed. I don't want to plant them right up against the bed for how the potatoes will grow. So let's move them out. So these are just Beauregard sweet potatoes. There's a couple different varieties you can get. But these are my favorite. They, that's a weird looking worm. I don't want you to touch me. These consistently give me nice big sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes do have a longer growing season. So I typically, like I said, plant them now, and I'm a little late to be planting them. But like I said, the weather just wasn't super conducive. But I will pick these most likely like the day or two before our first frost. I'll leave them go as long as I physically can. And typically, I get really nice sized sweet potatoes. Last year's harvest was amazing. Okay, first four. I'm hoping I have those sweet potatoes planted far enough apart. Sweet potatoes can grow really big. Hoping I have them far enough apart. Okay. The next thing I want to plant are my butternut squashes. So this is just kind of like a thing for garbage. I just let it sit out here because I'm lazy. And it grew some tomatoes. I don't want those. But it started growing some butternut squashes. And I did plant butternut squash seeds in here. And I thought I had already harvested all of them. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little babies. And I do like butternut squash. So we are going to plant them. And I think I'm actually going to plant them right in this area here. I'm going to bring you down and we'll do that together. But there's just no break from the sun in this location. Okay. So I had a huge patch of thistle here last year. Not ideal. But I put some of this heavy cardboard down. And as you can see, it really helped keep this thistle at bay. So I'll move the cardboard over to this area. And then we will mulch this area here with some straw. I got a couple of thistles under here that we can just quickly yank out. Oh, no more mushrooms. Oh, we had a lot of mushrooms growing under here. No more mushrooms. Now we are growing squash here. So mushrooms go bye-bye. Okay. And I have a couple of just volunteer tomatoes. I'm not going to do anything with them. I'm just going to let them kind of decompose here. But it's hard to remember how big certain plants get. So squash get big. So I'm hoping I gave them enough room. Okay, the next thing on our planting agenda is sunflowers. I need to get my sunflowers in my one flower farm bed planted. I think that's it. So let's go grab sunflowers. We'll plant the sunflowers, and then we can wash our hands and harvest the brush. We're not judging this area. We need to weed eat in here. We actually need to mow the whole property. That gets done on a weekday when I get home from work. So we're going to ignore how bad this looks and realize that Caitlin will do this, and I won't bring you along for it because who wants to watch me mow? So ignore the weeds. It looks terrible, I know. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I have a whole bunch of different sunflowers, and I have some that I saved from last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to sprinkle sunflowers, and then I have some soil, actually some good compost up at the house that I will bring down and spread on top. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Got the wrong thing done. Oh well. Okay. I also brought some skyscraper sunflowers. I really like to tuck them into the garden. So we're going to go tuck them into the garden at some point. I'm just going to sprinkle some old sunflower heads. I saved sunflower seeds that I liked to see if they would do anything. So I'm just going to do a sprinkle and see what happens. I'm heavily sowing. Because why not? This is actually a bag of mulch that I had in the garage for years. I'm like, oh, you never know when you need mulch. So yesterday, I wanted it for that bird bath area. And I go to get it, and it's literally dirt. So it turned into some nice compost. Some very nice compost. So I think this set will like it. So we're just kind of haphazardly seed in the bed and covering it. And hopefully it grows. Sometimes to get things done, you just gotta do it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just gotta do it. And I see Sawyer at the backyard. If you can see, we went to the farm all morning. And we came home and she needed a nap. And it appears that her nap is done and she is ready to come outside. So we're gonna wash our hands. Let me put you down on city ground. I'm gonna wash my hands, and then we're going to get a knife and a bowl to cut the broccoli, and then we're gonna get our outdoor kitchen set up so we can start processing it. Now I have a shade cloth on my broccoli because it's gotten so stinking hot, but to make harvesting easier so I don't have to figure on the shade cloth, I'm just gonna take it off. Or at least like throw it away. Sun this year is just very intense. I haven't experienced the sun this intense in a very long time, and I think it's going to be a miserable summer. So what's happened is my broccoli was already really wilted. So I put the shade cloth on it, and that really brought them right back. So look at these broccolis. I mean, they're a gorgeous size, and you can see if you don't pick them, they start loosening up like this one here. So we're gonna go ahead and pick them, and then we leave the stalks because while they only send off one big head, they put off a whole bunch of little florets. So we can still harvest a ton of broccoli off of them even once we get the big broccoli heads harvested. And I've broken them off. The ones I've eaten already, I've just broken off, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put them off to make it a little bit easier. I'm leaving the small ones. I'm gonna cover everything back up with my shade cloth. Process these a while. It's a nice little broccoli harvest. Let's go process them. Need more hands. So I love to cook outside. Once it gets just really nice outside, I just want to be outside all the time. One day I hope to have a dream outdoor kitchen. One day. For right now, this is what I got, and this works well. So this is just a multi-purpose table. I sanitized it. I cleaned it. And I would normally push the table outside of the garage more, but where the sun is, so my sun rises over there and it sets back there. And right now it's like right here. So when it is going like in the afternoon, this whole in front of my garage is shaded. Right now it's still a little sunny. That's the one thing with my property that I'm not a huge fan of, is there's not a lot of shade. Once it gets to be hot, even a little bit warm, I just want to work outside, and having an outdoor kitchen is phenomenal. And this is the best that I can do. And you know what? You take what you can get, right? You don't complain. So I've been able to make this pretty nice. So I have what we call a lobster pot. It's just like an outdoor gas propane burner. And I put my big water bath canner on that. And what's really nice is like when we do peaches in the summer and we need to peel the peaches, I use that. So I'm not heating up my house. When I need a water bath can, I use that. So I'm not heating up my house. So being able to have that outdoor burner and everything that I need to use that for is outside of my house is brilliant. Because my house isn't air conditioned. I have a air conditioner, like a window unit. But when in the middle of summer, like the middle of July, if I'm trying to both peel peaches in the hot water bath and water bath anything, it's miserable. So that propane burner is fantastic. I love it. And then I also have an electric eye, like a little like oven eye. It's for those copper pots. I think it was like a they were sold at Kohl's for a while. That's where we got all of our stuff. I think they were like one of those like infomercials. And it's these copper pots. And so this electric eye only works with the copper pots. And so I have that out here, and I use that, and so that's great if I need to like saute anything. Like if I want to make jam today, I could make jam. I can make jam using that eye, and then have the water bath canner go in, so I could just can it right there. So all of it could be done out here without having to make an absolute mess of our kitchen. And then for Christmas this year, which I'm really excited to use, I got like a 4-foot long griddle. I really wanted a Blackstone. Blackstones are very expensive, and do I honestly, they have a grill. Do I honestly need a Blackstone, or is it just a want? So one of the things that I preserve every single year is I preserve zucchini cakes. And so zucchini cakes, I typically either bake them or I just put them like on a griddle. So you make like a crab cake almost, but you make it with zucchini, and I like just fry it on a grill or on a griddle until it's all cooked. I do that typically in the house, and that does heat up my kitchen. Last year I did it on the grill, which worked nice, except all of my like griddle plates are too long for the grill, so I couldn't like close the grill the whole way. So I found this on Amazon. It was $70, and I think it's gonna work fantastic. It'll be great when I want to make like bulk pancakes, bulk zucchini cakes, bulk bacon. So I think it's gonna work really well. So that I haven't used yet. I'm so excited to use it, but I got it specifically to like use out here, and I think that's gonna be great. So even though we don't have like an official setup, I think this works. And then I'll leave like all of this hooked up. I need to get the gas bottle specifically for that propane tank. I need to get that filled up. I emptied that already this year. But then we get that filled up and we just leave everything set up. So when we want to come out and use it, we just gotta sanitize it, and then we're ready to go. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm just chopping this broccoli up into bite-sized pieces, and then to freeze broccoli, I blanch it for 2 minutes and then I freeze it. So that's what I have the propane or the water heater on. And so what I'm gonna do, I didn't get the bacon sheet. I need to go grab that. Blanch it for 2 minutes, and then you put it out on a bacon sheet and you flash freeze it. The reason you want to flash freeze it is because if I were to put these in the bags like I had planned, because I forgot, they would all stick together. No, frozen broccoli I do think works really, really well. My biggest piece of advice is you have to let it thaw the whole way. So either get the broccoli out a couple hours before you want to use it, or run it through some hot water. Do not take frozen broccoli and try to roast it. And that's the way I use it, either roast it or like saute it. Don't do that. It doesn't work out. Let it thaw completely and then dry it off, and then you can use it. It works really well. And so one of the things people ask me all the time is like, so this is, I grow all of my own broccoli. So the broccoli that I'm able to put back this year is what I'll use for the whole year. If I run out of broccoli, I'm out of broccoli. So in this day and age, when I can just go to the grocery store and buy broccoli, people ask like why I do this. One, it's much cheaper. And two, I know exactly that, like I know none of these broccolis are sprayed with anything. I know there's no grab your hands touch on the broccoli. Like I know this is clean, organic, healthy broccoli. And it saves me the money. The packet of seeds cost me like $2.20. And that's enough broccoli for a year. So I'm eating $2.20 worth of broccoli, as much as I want for a full year. And at this point, I can put back a good amount of broccoli and be set for a very long time. So that's why I do it. And while I'm using frozen broccoli rather than fresh, to me that's just something you kind of have to get used to. And I prefer it. That's why I prefer, like there's a pride in knowing that I do this and that I didn't have to buy it. And then when it comes to broccoli, I'm self-sufficient with my broccoli. And there's a couple other things that I can grow a year's supply of and I don't buy. Asparagus, broccoli, potatoes, sweet potatoes, peas, tomatoes. So I can grow a year's worth supply of multiple different things So I'm not buying the grocery store, which is saving me money. And then it gives me a little bit of an ego, which sometimes you need. So I'm gonna wait for to these broccoli to go into the pot for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna wash the strawberries, and I'm gonna get the strawberries sliced and put back in this bowl. So we just gotta kind of wait a little bit for everything to be ready. These broccoli pieces will go to the bunny. She'll enjoy them. So we'll be back once the broccoli has blanched for 2 minutes. Okay, it's been 2 minutes and my broccoli is beautiful. So I'm gonna actually turn off the gas to this. And that fire can go out. I think that's the only thing we need to use this for. And I'm just gonna put it directly into cold water. So there are some things that you need to blanch in order to freeze, like broccoli and peas. But some things that I don't prefer to blanch, like green beans. I've done it both ways. And if I don't have to do this step, I can just take it straight from the garden right to the freezer, I prefer to do that. But this is definitely something that benefits from being blanched. Look at all this steam coming off of this pot. Like, isn't it so great this is outside and not inside? Love it. Okay. The last couple of pieces. Okay, so then just put it in the bath, and that quickly got warm. So you kind of want to do this process quickly. Put it out on a cookie tray, and then put it into the freezer just to flash freeze. You just want to do a single layer of broccoli. I'm just going to make it all fit on this tray, regardless of if it's a single layer or not. Okay, move this to the side. We're just working quickly here. Okay, perfect. Now, let's go put this in the broccoli while we do our strawberries. Or put this in the freezer while we do our strawberries. So I think all I'm going to do with the strawberries is right now I'm just going to top them. I know I'm going to make a pie out of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of them. So I think for now I'm just going to top them, and that way whenever I want to do something with them, it just makes life easy. And while I'm sitting out here, I have a glass of mint tea. There's a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of honey in it. It's so refreshing. So this is a perfect summer afternoon. Okay, let's start here. Watch Duck Dynasty at all or follow the Duck Dynasty family. Yesterday was announced that the patriarch, Phil Robertson, passed away. I don't know where to put these. And I love the Duck Dynasty. I love that family. And the thing that I really love that family for is how they try to bring everyone to Christ. And they really focus on the simple things, especially Phil. Phil really focused on the simple things. He didn't need much. He was a millionaire, and you wouldn't know it by looking at him or where he lived or what he drove. He really just valued the simple things in life. And so it was very sad to hear that he passed away. Because I think I could go on for a while about how I think him and that family changed the world for the better. Oh, wrong way. Let me try to switch these. I keep trying to do that. But right now in moments like this, I'm like, this is all you need in life. Like, again, people ask me why I do this. Isn't this so relaxing? Like, I'm outside. I can hear the birds chirping. My neighbor's having a cookout. It smells amazing. I can hear their kids laughing and carrying on. And my question is, why would you not want to do this? Why would you want to be stuck in the house, maybe watching TV or playing video games? Why would you want to be running around super busy with your life and not get the moment to enjoy the little things? And so all day today, I've been really trying to channel Phil and really just let the simple things speak to me. And this is one of them. I have the wind in my hair. It's a gorgeous breeze. The birds are chirping. As soon as I let you guys go, I'm not going to have you guys sit with me while I cut all these strawberries. I'm going to turn the radio on, and we're just going to enjoy this absolutely gorgeous day. At the end of my life, I think these are the days that I'm going to come back, I'm going to think of. I think of the simplicity and just the easy happiness that these days brought me. It's been a couple hours since we did our broccoli and our strawberries, and I needed a little bit of a break, but that worked out fine because the broccoli needed to freeze. So let's get the broccoli out. So the little bit of strawberries on the ground, let's get the broccoli out and get it bagged up and see how many bags we get. The broccoli doesn't need to be completely frozen. It just needs to be, it's not even completely frozen. It's just cold. So I guess it wasn't long enough, but that's okay. The edges have started to freeze. Oh yeah, the edges have started to freeze. And one thing I forgot too is the water that is on the cookie sheet will make the broccoli freeze to it, and you can't get it off. So we'll let some of that thaw quickly. That shouldn't take long to thaw. And then I just throw into individual bags about a serving of broccoli. What I like to do is I like to preserve my veggies in single serve portions. So whatever I think I need for a meal, and then when I go and I count, like, how much should I put away this year? Like, this is one side of broccoli, this is two. So I'm able to say, okay, you have broccoli for 9 meals or whatever. So I just kind of eyeball it, whatever I think is enough for like a side dish in this case. Now, if I wanted to do like a broccoli soup, I would obviously have to grab more, and that's okay. I think we'll get 4 out of this. Now, the broccoli heads, like I said, once the broccoli heads are gone, you miss on that big head, but the florets that broccoli plants give you, they give you tons. So that's really where you make up your gold in broccoli. Okay. That broke off. Okay. Okay. So that broccoli harvest, which wasn't a huge one, we still have more out there, gave us 4 bags of broccoli. So that is a good start to our broccoli year. Now let's just keep an eye on where we are with our numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of broccoli left over from last year. Last year I had to buy my own broccoli because I didn't have a crop. Slugs killed my entire crop. So that sucks. But I have 5 left over. I'm going to add these 4 in now. So I had 5 left over. I added those 4 in. So now I have 9 things of broccoli. What that means 1, good things. I don't eat broccoli super often. I eat it more in the winter. In the winter, my go-to sides are broccoli and green beans. So I think if I probably got to 20 bags of broccoli, that would be good for the year, which I definitely think we're already at 9. We started with 5 left over, which is awesome. So we're already at 9, so we're already at a good start. And if, let's say, something, knock on wood, I have wood here, let's not, knock on wood, would happen to my broccoli crop, and I wouldn't get another ounce of broccoli, I could make 9 bags of broccoli last me for the year. But I know I want to do like broccoli soup this year, so I know I want to get some more broccoli put back. So we make sure that we have enough, we don't run out, because we don't like to run out of things. We like to thrive, not just survive. That's it for this video. I want to thank you guys for coming along on today's journey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.